Today's podcast is brought to you by Introduction to Online Business Made Simple, a 6-part audio course that teaches you how to get started with your online venture. Find out more at usingyourpower.com/course.
Welcome to Using Your Power. I'm David Andrew Wiebe, and I'm joined by
Maveen, Kaura.
How's it going, Mav?
I'm doing good, man. How are you today, David?
Powered up, buddy.
Awesome, man. What are we talking about today?
10 ways to achieve a better mindset.
Awesome. So how can we pick this topic?
It just sounded like something interesting to talk about.
Awesome.
Mostly.
Love it. Well, it kind of fits in with a lot of the other stuff that we've been talking about with mindset and growth and personal growth, right? So it kind of makes sense. So why don't you kick it off?
Yeah, man, it ties right in. First thing I had was just to hang around people that believe in themselves. It's not so much that, you need to get them to tell you that they believe in you, although they probably will if you're hanging around those people. It's just that if you're around those people, that'll begin to rub off on you because they believe big things are possible for them and they can achieve and they can go after their big goals. If you see people doing that, I think you'll begin to believe you're capable also.
Awesome. No, I got something similar to that, not exactly the same, but I wrote, join a mastermind, a networking group, some sort of industrial social to gain interest and a network and with different people and connect with different people in different markets. When you do that, not only are you going to expand your own network, you also have an opportunity to learn a little bit more about other people, what they do, and find out different ways to grow your own self and your own business as well.
Always a great idea, and I'm a believer in that. I know, Mav, you're a believer in that, and I was invited to a local business meetup next week, so that's something that I'll be doing, and Awesome. We'll do a bit of a mastermind with that. My next point was to go to conferences, seminars, and events. I think there are some really poor quality ones out there too, but there are also some really great ones where the quality of people that you meet, as well as the speakers, are really inspiring and share their stories with you, and you get a better picture of how they are able to achieve what they've achieved. And oftentimes they are people with amazing credentials behind them, even if it's not in like education, but in what they've done in business or what they've done personally or in sports or in art or really any area of life. So those can be great places to help you change your mindset as well.
I like that idea of, not necessarily talking to people who are professionals or, the best in their industry, right? So that's kind of why I went with the example, watch TV programming that has an educational message versus, just some mindless programming, right? I know it's an easy habit to get into those 30-minute TV shows. They're fun comedies out there, and there's nothing wrong with watching a comedy here and there. But, it is kind of neat to just put on like National Geographic and watch something educational that's going to teach you a little bit about the world around you.
Yeah, I guess anything inspiring could potentially change your mindset, right?
Exactly.
So that is an interesting point. This is an important one, I think, taking care of your body and your health, making sure everything is in good working order. I mean, after all, if we're really tired or we're not feeling very healthy right now, it's a lot harder to have a great mindset. I know people that have, and there are definitely examples of people in history that despite all odds and all the sickness and everything else that was happening in their life, still preserved and had a great mindset. But it can be very challenging. So increasing your health or boosting your health is a great way to achieve a better mindset.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I have something exactly kind of along the same line, and one of us just eating right, eating the right foods. When we take the right supplements, vitamins, and get the right minerals in ourselves, not only does it encourage a great mindset, it also increases our energy within ourselves as well, and allows us to continue working towards our goals at a high energy level in a positive mood as well.
Yeah, and this ties right in too, which is to get adequate sleep and rest. I mean, that ties into your body and your health and everything else. So making sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, unless somehow you're able to function on less. And it's not just about functioning, it's actually about living and feeling good about it too. So don't just, try to scrape by or get by on a few hours of sleep, but get some sleep, get some rest, and make sure you're not overdoing it.
Absolutely. And there's some great studies out there about why you should get 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. I think anybody can function at 4 hours of sleep, maybe a couple of days here and there, and then just keep working. But for a long term, you probably can't.
Yeah, it's not a great idea.
One of the ideas I was thinking about to achieve just a better mindset is sit down with yourself in a quiet area, write down everything that's on your mind at night. And, that'll help you clear your mind. And once you've had an opportunity to clear your mind, you also allow your mind to bring new thoughts in and you can then start thinking about different things and not just the same old thoughts over and over again, because I don't remember what the stat is, but I know most people on Earth really do have the same reoccurring thoughts over and over again, and one way to stop that is to write it all down.
Right. So kind of like journaling or idea generation. I mean, spending time just jotting down and writing down all your ideas, or maybe even to-do list items, right? Before you go to sleep, try writing them down or on a whiteboard or on your to-do list, and that way they're out of your mind.
Exactly. You got it, David.
Yeah. Listening to inspiring audio courses or podcast episodes, I think that's a great way for some great thinkers to rub off on you, whoever you choose to listen to, whether it's Tony Robbins or James Schramko. We can't go an episode without mentioning some of those people generally. So there it is again. But getting some of that great stuff in your earbuds is probably a good way. Maybe not to, shut out the world or shut out other people in your life, but just to get that education, like when you're driving or when you're not doing anything else.
Well, exactly, right. And we're recording a podcast here as well, and the people are listening to this podcast right now. So thank you very much for listening to us on this podcast as well.
Yeah.
And kind of just working along with your exact same idea too, David. One of the things that you can do to develop the right mindset also is meditate, go out into nature, read. I know it's probably something that you would mention as well, David.
Yep.
Write as well. I know that's one of the things that you told me to do. Just work on being more creative. I think that can help expand your mindset as well. Something like drawing or painting, or just doing something and building something, say, for example, with both hands versus just using your right or left hand, whichever is more dominant. Try to use the other hand. I know that's something you do as well, David.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know you were telling me you practice brushing with your left hand versus your right hand.
Still do.
Yeah, just to kind of use a different side of your brain just to be able to do the same things that you can do anyways.
Absolutely. And that can increase your memory as well. I think it's hard to define maybe what better mindset is. Certainly it ties in with our whole thing of personal development, spirituality, and life. And I think that's something that's worth talking about or considering here at the end of the episode. So in your mind, Maveen, what is a better mindset?
Oh, geez. Well, a better mindset, really, David, to me, I think would be just, finding calmness of mind, finding peace of mind, being able to work on the things that you really want to work on at the right levels that you want to work on those particular items, right? I mean, we all, I think, go in sometimes with, we're all gun-ho. We think we're at level 10 when we're getting going, but really we see our energy levels potentially drop because, we come up on one, negative thing that happens and we're like, oh, we can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Or this is way too hard. And we start getting negative, right? And having that right mindset really is just about understanding that you can work through any challenge because they're all opportunities, right? And just continue to work through all those and keep developing the right mindset by, listening to podcasts, reading books, meditating, and just doing the things that are going to increase your, calmness so you can really just focus on what your tasks are.
Yeah, and to me, it's about setting those goals and dreaming bigger, thinking way beyond what you think you're capable of, because you're probably capable of more. Being willing and able to challenge yourself, maybe on some of the weaker beliefs that you have. I mean, I was at a seminar a couple of weeks ago, and we were each to write down 3 things we were going to do every single day. And I can't say that I've kept doing them every single day, but I have made them a priority because they are important things to me, such as writing more books and connecting with more of my target audience, which is going to be something in an upcoming episode as well, like talking to them, getting on a Skype chat and getting a better idea of what they're looking for. And just sitting there, we were encouraged from stage to challenge each other on whatever it is that we were going to do, those 3 activities that we picked out ourselves to advance our business. So, people will go, yeah, so do you have a timeline for that? When's your deadline? How many are you going to reach out? Well, it's up to you because you can generate leads. And so we just kind of kept challenging each other until we had those goals that were like colossal, but certainly achievable if we put in the time and effort.
For sure. And, that's the one thing I like what you said, David, is you really do have to have the discipline or the self-discipline to achieve all the goals that you want to achieve and all the dreams that you want to achieve, right? I know you said you made a list and you didn't necessarily do everything on the list every single day. I mean, it's probably been on the top of your mind. I know you got a lot of things going on. We all got a lot of different things going on. But I think, as soon as we start getting more to the discipline side of things and we can make them a part of our lifestyle, then we start seeing that, other things that are maybe not as important as the things that are on our list start becoming more important, and we start doing those first. And potentially we still do the things that are on our list, but we just do those later based on the importance of whichever list is more important.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought that just occurred to me, but habits can't be developed right away, but commitments can. So
Yes.
as long as we hold on to that commitment and say to ourselves that we're going to do it, then we can build the habit.
Yeah, absolutely. And, isn't that the whole idea of having a better mindset anyways, is to be committed to something, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think it is. We're often taught out in the world that commitment is the last thing you want to do. Like, no, keep your options open, or, you can always date someone else, or buy a new car, or get a new home, or whatever. And that type of thinking, I think, does get people into trouble when it's taken the wrong way.
Right. No, I agree with you. You just kind of sparked an idea for me, David. I was wondering maybe on our next episode we could we'll do it maybe a yes and no episode, and we can do something like, should you share your why with others, yes or no? So maybe we can do that on our next episode as we start coming down to a close on this one.
Yeah, I love that, Mav. We'll definitely get into that.
Awesome. So stay tuned for our next 2 episodes, because one will be on should you tell people your why, yes, and then should you tell people your why, no.
Exactly. We'll offer some ideas on both sides.
Awesome.
All right. So this has been Using Your Power. Check us out at usingyourpower.com. Leave a comment while you're there. Download your free course while you're there. And of course, you're welcome to check out a brand new audio course that teaches you how to build your business online.
Awesome. Thank you.